Hey everybody, it's Chris from Holistic Sobriety. Are you doing? I hope you're having an awesome Sunday morning. I decided to start a new segment for my Instagram page, Holistic Sobriety, where every Sunday morning, that's the goal, I'm going to drop a new video called Recovery Roundup. And basically what I'm going to be doing is just discussing a few things that I found interesting related to addictions and recovery over the week. I'll talk about a few things that I'm reading, watching, whatever. Some of it will be related to addictions and recovery. Some of it won't be. But I thought it'd be a great way to share some stuff with you guys, book recommendations, studies to go check out, things like that. I know a lot of people are interested in those kind of things, and it'd be a great way for me to share this with you. And then also you can leave comments to me for me to go check out stuff, because one of my favorite things in the whole world is watching somebody give recommendations on things. I know that might sound weird, but I love it because I love getting recommendations for new documentaries and books and websites to go check out and studies that I should read, and I thought you guys might feel the same. So this is going to be the first official recovery roundup video for Holistic Sobriety, and like I said, I'm going to try to do this every Sunday morning. So while you're chilling out, relaxing, you've maybe just finished your meditation, you're opened a window, you lit some incense, and now you're drinking some tea or you're having your coffee, you're kind of just lounging for the day, you can sit back, watch this video, and then go check out some of the links. I'm not exactly sure how Instagram TV works. I don't think I can put the links to any of this stuff. I know Instagram in general, you can't put links to click on, but I don't think I can put it in the body of this video. So I'm gonna make a post on my regular feed just about this video, and I'll put all the links in there, and you can either copy paste them into a browser and check them out that way, or you Google search for them and they'll be easy to find. I'll give you all the information that you need. So the first thing that I wanted to start with was a great article by Amy Dresner. So shout out to you, Amy. You did a great job. A killer article that you wrote for The Fix back in, let me check the date, this was a few months ago, in September of last year. And the title of the article was Depression in Recovery, Do You Have Low Dopamine Tone? Great article. Again, highly recommend you go check it out. I'll give you a nutshell version. But what Amy talks about in this article is just the depression that she's dealt with, and after speaking with some doctors who specialize in addictions, told her that maybe she had low dopamine tone. Now, this is kind of like one of the main things that I talk about in my Holistic Sobriety course, is dopamine and serotonin and GABA and all these other neurotransmitters, and how years of addiction from alcohol and drugs have totally disrupted the activity of those neurotransmitters to the point where they're not functioning properly anymore. Which is why, one of the reasons why depression and fatigue and anxiety and stress and all this is so common in people with addictions, is because we are not regulating our neurotransmitters properly. And Amy does a wonderful job of explaining this all in her article. She goes on to talk about something called methylfolate, which is something that you need to take if you have a very common gene defect on your MTHFR gene, and that just means you can't really process, break down, absorb the proper vitamins and minerals that are coming into your body, and therefore it's not producing the proper amounts of neurotransmitters, so you're not getting the levels that you need. And by taking L-methylfolate and other vitamin supplements like vitamin B6, it comes in the form of P5P, we can start to correct those things. And as Amy notes in her article, she starts to feel better right away after she starts taking this. So it's something I'm going to talk about a lot more on Holistic Sobriety on my page. I'm going to make more videos about this on IGTV. But just to kind of like get started as a starter, I thought this was a great article. Somebody that you're probably all very familiar with. Amy is a great writer, and she does a lot of great work, and just wanted to point that out to you. Highly recommend it. Go check it out. Find out about low dopamine tone. See if you're feeling any of the same kind of feelings that Amy had, and maybe this is the right way for you to go. So check it out, and good work, Amy. Awesome article. A book that I've been reading, I haven't finished because it's huge. It's called Deep Nutrition, and this is written by Catherine Shanahan, MD. And it's called Deep Nutrition, Why Your Genes Need Traditional Food, featuring the 4 pillars of the human diet. This is incredible. If you are a nutrition junkie, a health junkie, you're trying to, bad choice of words, if you're really into health and nutrition, this is a great book to go check out. It is one that I've been reading. I initially started trying to read it from the beginning to the end, and while obviously you can, I don't think it necessarily needs to be read that way. It's just broken up into tons of different chapters and sections, and I've just been reading them like that, and really cool information, really great book. But like I said, I don't know if you can see how small the writing is in here and how big this is. This sucker is gonna take a while to get through, but it was highly recommended to me. I've been checking it out, and I really enjoy it. And I think if you're very serious about taking your health in a positive direction, and you want to learn more about nutrition and how to live a healthy life, this book will definitely be a positive for you. So I would go and check that out. In terms of movies and stuff, I'm actually a big movie junkie. I love watching, I love watching all types of movies, documentaries. I'm really big into horrors and thrillers in particular. I love like ghost stories and paranormal stories and stuff like that. But I'm not going to recommend anything like that today. What I am going to recommend actually is if you have Netflix, surprisingly, they did a really, really great show called The Paleo Way. And it's with a Australian chef. He's an internationally renowned chef by the name of Paul Evans. I hadn't heard of him before until I started watching the show, but he's a really great host, and seems to be a really great chef as well. I'm pretty weary of health-related shows on platforms like Netflix or other sort of streaming sites. There's just so much conflict, and I'm not into the whole diet cult thing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm recommending this because it's paleo, but I'm not necessarily claiming to be a big paleo person, other than I guess that could be one of the ways you could describe how I eat. But I don't like putting labels on the way that I eat, because then you have to subscribe to specific dogmas, and if you step out of line, you're going to get yelled at by some of the other diet culters, and forget it. Just eat whole foods. That's all I tell people. Eat whole processed foods. So your food is coming from the produce section of the grocery store. It's coming from the farmer's market. It's not coming out of a box. It's not been made with 20 to 50 different ingredients. It's just an apple. It's a chicken breast. It's a potato. And pretty simple, right? That's how I like to eat, and that's how I eat. So anyway, that being said, this is paleo, and I find paleo pretty much is that. It can kind of veer off into some very like no dairy, no grains, whatever. But for the most part, it seems pretty good. Anyway, if you're looking for a really great show, you want to this might be new to you, you're starting to wrap your head around healthy eating, where do I start? Check it out. It's really easy to watch. Each of the episodes is only like 20 something minutes, and they cook for a large portion of the show, and they'll give you, I think if I remember correctly, there's like 2 or 3 recipes each episode. So you learn lots of things, not just about healthy eating and healthy lifestyle, but also how to make some new dishes, ranging from salads to meat dishes all the way to really tasty looking desserts. So if you have Netflix, or if you can find that show on another streaming site, I highly recommend it. It's called The Paleo Way with Paul Evans, and it's great. Go check it out. One of the other things that I wanted to bring up on my recovery roundup is point out a piece of research that I'd found that I think was really interesting, and I think some of you might want to go check out as well. So I'm just going to pull this up here. So this is from Science Daily, which is just a place where they put all the latest news for science research that's being done, and you can go to their health section and you look at healthy eating and nutrition. You can look at addictions as well. This is a study that came out by the American Chemical Society back in November of 2018, and this was titled "How Exercise Can Help Fight Drug Addiction," and just sort of the summary of it here. I'll read to you guys. The siren call of addictive drugs can be hard to resist, and returning to the environment where drugs were previously taken can make resistance that much harder. However, addicts who exercise appear to be less vulnerable to the impact of these environmental cues. Now, research with mice suggests that exercise might strengthen a drug user's resolve by altering the production of peptides in the brain, and I would assume, make the assumption that this is not just drug addiction. I would assume that this would be addictions in general. This would probably be helpful for. And I point this out again just to illustrate this is my whole ideology for holistic sobriety: is healthy living, healthy eating, fitness, and stress management can change our lives. Absolutely. There are medications we can take, support groups that we can go to, books that we can read. All of this stuff works. But I feel that this nutrition component, this healthy living component, is often sort of left to the side. And I really want to bring it back and put it in a spotlight and just be like, let people know this is very helpful. This is going to be such a massive boon to our recovery. It's not just one thing that does it, it's all of these things that do it. And so by adding in healthy eating, exercise, all these things, it changes our brain, it heals our body, it makes our recovery that much stronger, and it brings our chances of relapse down, even if just by a bit. That's what we want. We want all the help that we can get. So I'll link this study for you guys to check out in more detail, but I just thought it was another, there's so many that I can highlight, and I'll highlight them, keep highlighting them on Recovery Roundup. But how exercise can help fight drug addiction. I just thought, great, here's another example of how a healthy lifestyle can keep us healthy and fit and away from drugs and alcohol. Excuse me. One of the other things I wanted to bring up on Recovery Roundup is a recipe that I've tried recently and I really, really like. So I will show you, this is a cookbook that I enjoy quite a bit. Many of you might be aware of this. This is Nom Nom Paleo. And again, not because I'm crazy for paleo stuff. I just really like this cookbook. I have lots of vegan cookbooks and vegetarian cookbooks as well. There is a recipe in here for smashed chicken. Where is that one? If I can find that for you guys really quickly. I'll pull it up. Maybe here it is here. Crispy smashed chicken from Nom Nom Paleo. I gave this a try the other day. I loved it. My wife loved it, and most importantly, my 3.5-year-old son loved it, and he can be quite a picky eater, so I thought it was great. Very simple, very easy to make, lots of protein, good fats, only natural carbohydrates. It's not about adding any rice or bread or any sort of refined carbohydrates into the meal, so it's exactly what I like, exactly what I would recommend to people that I work with, how they would eat during recovery to make the most of their health and nutrition. So if you're looking for a good new recipe to try out, Nom Nom Paleo smashed chicken was awesome. We really enjoyed it, and I think you guys will too, so check that one out. I want to leave the Recovery Roundup with one last tip, a nutrition tip, or sort of healthy living tip. I've had some people reach out to me, and I think that's awesome. I love getting DMs from you guys, man. As some people know who are watching this, I've just sat and chatted with you guys for like 10, 15 minutes. To me, it's awesome. I love helping people. Nothing better in the world than that. So if you have questions about any of these kind of things, absolutely hit me up in my messages, hit me up in the comments. I'm more than happy to help. I really am. I enjoy it a lot. So one of the things people were asking me for was issues with falling asleep, which is quite a common thing in recovery. People will try melatonin and a bunch of other sleeping, sort of sleeping aids, I guess, teas and whatnot. One of the things I recommend, and I recommend it because for me personally, I had a lot of great success with it, is just magnesium. Magnesium is something that former alcoholics and drug users are going to be heavily deficient in. It's just one of those common deficiencies. And just in general in life, even if addictions wasn't something that you'd faced, magnesium tends to be a common deficiency anyway. So just throw in the addictive behavior, and your magnesium levels are probably going to be extremely low. I have found by supplementing with magnesium that it really boosted my energy levels and made me feel a lot more clear-headed to get through the day. The great thing about magnesium at night is it's great for sort of slowing down your muscles and relaxing your muscles and letting things go, and in particular in the jaw and maybe in the neck. And it can be a really, really great supplement to take before going to sleep. It's never advertised that way, but I've found that it is really, really awesome. Magnesium is readily available. It's pretty inexpensive. It can be found, most anywhere. So if you are having trouble sleeping and you've tried a bunch of different things and they're just not working, give magnesium a try. I know there's a few different forms of magnesium out there. I'm not going to be really too specific about which one you want to get, although I tried to get magnesium bisglycinate, it's called, that form, because I have heard and read the studies that it is the most absorbable form of magnesium. I don't know if that is 100% true or not. That is the form that I buy. That's the form that I like. If you don't see magnesium bisglycinate, it's totally okay. I would just get the magnesium anyway and give it a shot. Sore and tired muscles, it's great for that. It helps you relax, and therefore it helps you sleep. Checking my list, I did go over all the things that I wanted to go over. So that's Recovery Roundup for this week. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday morning right now, and I hope your Sunday morning continues to be awesome. And thanks, as always, for checking out my content. I'm just a regular guy who's trying to help people out and, preach as much as I can about the things that I've learned that have made my life a lot better and healthier, and most importantly, a lot less stress-free, because stress is a real killer, let's face it. It's one of the things that get us all down, and something that I'm happy to say I've learned a lot of tips and tricks with, and I feel my life is in such a better place. But that's for another day. A lot more videos coming your way, a lot more content coming your way. Thank you so much for tuning in to Recovery Roundup, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much. Bye.